Hello, and welcome to this Global Peace meditation. I just want to take a moment and thank anyone who's listening to this. How important your contribution is. How much what you choose to face within yourself matters. Not just for your own individual healing journey, but for all of us. And each time you choose to face something within you, we are entering a world where people face themselves instead of avoid themselves, where people feel and heal instead of project and argue. And the only way of going about global peace without feeling completely overwhelmed by what's happening in the world is to lead by example. And those of us who feel overwhelmed by the state of the world or by the state of others can find great relief in becoming a part of the energetic and emotional solution. And so, as a way of anchoring deeper energetic solution for anything that you see within the world, I think it's quite important to talk about the importance of our intention. And since this is a global peace meditation, what if we could simply set our intention that whatever we do throughout our day, may we do that in the name of peace. And just see what happens when you set your intention that whatever I do throughout my day may be done in the name of peace. However I wish to interact with others, may it be done in the name of peace. The things I look at online or share online, may it be done in the name of peace. The things I choose to put into my body, may it be done in the name of peace. The things I say to myself on a daily basis, may they be said in the name of peace. And may the end of conflict throughout begin by ending the inner war between the mind and the heart. And because the mind tends to be the energy of the masculine, it is the energy of the masculine. And because the conflict within the world always symbolizes the suppression of the innocent feminine heart, I think it's important to bring into our awareness the relationship our mind has with our heart, or maybe your mind has with your body, or perhaps it's just the way your mind relates to anything inside, and especially when it comes to ourselves and anything within us. Can we notice that there can even be a tendency where our mind has an abusive relationship with ourselves because it is mirroring all the perpetrators of our past we haven't yet taken the time to face within ourselves and to have an inner reconciliation with. And so what if our mind could actually reconcile with the innocence of the heart? What if the mind could become a manifestation of peace? A peace that creates safety for the heart, so the heart can express freely and lovingly. And so please say this healing mantra with me, in the name of global peace, in the name of healing your own heart, healing your own relationship of mind and heart, and mind and body, and mind and all. Please say this healing mantra with me. In the name of peace, may my mind surrender into the love that I am. In the name of peace, may my mind and the relationship it projects be cleansed, cleared, and purified into its highest divine potential. And in the name of peace, may my mind become a vehicle of greater safety and well-being of all. Now we have just addressed the mind. Now let's take this journey deeper and let's address our heart. And in the name of healing our heart, please repeat this healing mantra with me. In the name of peace, may my heart become an expression of my highest divine potential. In the name of peace, may my heart become the very manifestation of divinity in form. In the name of peace, may my heart and all the layers that are covering it be cleansed, cleared, and purified, and surrendered into the light now. As I allow my heart to open up to its highest capacity, so it can radiate outwardly a vibration of love and peace. That can heal this entire world. And in the name of peace, may my body become a vehicle of light that I allow to be the manifestation of my highest divine embodiment, walking this earth as the divine would walk this earth, choosing to be in the way the divine chooses to be, finally erasing, healing, cleansing, and purifying the distinction between the form of humanity and the light of divinity. For my highest divine potential is to fully activate my light body and no longer hold on to emotional density that was destined to be returned to source. And so my body is healed. And so the unity of mind, heart, and the body has been initiated and fully invoked as the path I was destined to experience. And so it is. Now we just did a big invocation about uniting the mind, body, and the heart in the name of peace. Now what I think is the next step for all of us to take is to simply allow the way through which we move in time and space to be guided by our highest light of divinity, of our highest choices. Because we live in a world where there are too many people waiting for the world to change, waiting for others to make a different choice. And the belief system always is, if only I could, or if only the world could be different, then I would finally feel safe enough to commit to my highest choices. The truth is that we are all meant to lead by example and start making our highest choices as an example for the world to follow. And as we commit to making our highest choices by the laws of the universe, the world will start bringing more evidence of peace and harmony into our experience. And so if we want to live in a more peaceful world, we need to end the codependent game of waiting for someone or something else to change before we fully commit to being here. Before we fully commit to embody your light. Because we need to find the courage and willingness within ourselves to embody our light first before the world actually shifts and changes. We need to lead by example as the light that we are. The light always leads with example. And the difference between an ego and the light or your soul is that the light always leads by example. The ego always waits for someone or something else to change or be different. But at a time like this in history, what if we were just done waiting? What if we started embodying light on a daily basis in the name of peace, in the name of love, in the name of harmony? No longer waiting for the world to disappoint us further, but led by example with our highest embodied choices. Now only you know what that may be for you. I can't tell you what choices to make. I can only say to make choices that are aligned with your highest light and with your highest intention. And you already know what that is. We all know what that is. On the deepest level, we all know. And if you're unsure, you will eventually figure it out. But I think one of the ways through which we can help ourselves through this process, instead of seeking the choices that we need to make, if you're unsure, or perhaps if you don't know what your life purpose is and you don't know how to commit to it, I think one of the best qualities we can bring forward is our enthusiasm. And so what if the objective for a period of time, just to bring in more of your soul's potential into form, was to make whatever choices are right in front of you, but with a far greater enthusiasm than you have ever committed to before? What if you could become enthusiastic about being here as a soul in a human body? And what if you could just go about your day and bring sometimes even unreasonable amounts of enthusiasm into whatever you're doing? And so let's just say you're making yourself a breakfast and you bring enthusiasm into that moment. And you're like, yes, I'm going to make myself a breakfast. And it's going to be the best breakfast ever. And I'm going to honor the light that I am through this breakfast. Then we take it into other moments in our lives. Perhaps you drive to work, and there you are, a light in form, driving to work. And you say, yes, I'm an angelic being driving into work. What's not to be enthusiastic about? And this is how we raise our vibration. Because before we start shifting our circumstances, we first start shifting the way in which we see things. Before circumstances shift, our perspective shifts first. And the perspective that I am inviting you to shift is the perspective of being an angelic light in form, having an experience of a human being. And if you are interested in manifestation, which is fine, the law of attraction doesn't really work in a way where we think a certain way and then we manifest it. That really doesn't work. And if it works for you, good for you. But, there are times when it works and there are times when it doesn't. So how could it really be the truth if it doesn't work all the time, right? But if you are interested in the law of attraction, real manifestation is, may my perspective into my experiences or of my experiences be so radically enthusiastic and aligned with the enthusiasm of the light that you raise your vibration to such a degree where you will give the outer circumstances around you no other choice but to transform radically. And so we first shift our perspective. That in turn shifts how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about life, how we feel about others. And as we shift how we feel, then our circumstances receive the full permission to transform. Because the whole universe, a lot of the times, is just waiting for you to start feeling good about yourself. What if the purpose of why most things are in your life was the circumstances only here so I can start feeling good about myself within it? What if any adversity or misfortune that you go through, what if the only purpose of that was that you could start feeling good about yourself? Before it actually shifts. Because if it weren't that way, you would still be playing a game of waiting for the world to be different before we start feeling good. And then you think to yourself, well, Martin, but there is nothing to feel good about. I don't see reasons to feel good about yourself. And that's where the enthusiasm comes in. Because the right amount of enthusiasm doesn't actually need reasons to be enthusiastic or specific reasons to be enthusiastic. Everything can be done with enthusiasm. And we can start feeling good about ourselves through the realization that we are the light of the universe. appearing human in form. And if you are the divine, then there is absolutely no reason why you should feel bad about yourself. If you are the divine, there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't feel outrageously good about all of your choices. Why? Because the divine doesn't walk around with an imposter syndrome. The divine doesn't walk around with a low self-esteem. I mean, it does, because you walk around with low self-esteem and you are the divine. But a divine in a state of realization is incapable of feeling bad about itself. And so can we notice that the dream of feeling bad about ourselves is actually delusional? How can I raise my vibration? What do you mean? You are already the divine. The divine has the highest vibration in existence. How could it be any other way? How can I fix myself? How can I fix anything about me? What do you mean? You want to fix something about the divine? How can I change all my patterns so they are more aligned with what I like? And then we can just look at ourselves and say, what is the divine doing? What is the divine doing? You are the divine. Whether you like it, you like anything about yourself, or don't like about yourself. We are the divine. It cannot be changed. And so why not just accept that reality? Not wait until we behave in a certain way, but acknowledge the truth of being divinity right now. Not wait until something within you or around you shifts, but simply interact with everything as the divine that you are. And how does the divine interact with everything? With absolute enthusiasm and love and care. And so we align ourselves with the remembrance of being divinity simply by our intentions and by our relationship with everything around us. For the divine is always in absolute harmony with everything within you. There's no need to wait for the world to be different before your divinity can be known by you and everyone else. There is no need to wait for the world before you start shining your light at full capacity. There is no need to wait or try to change anything about you before the divinity that you are is fully acknowledged and remembered. And may we actually acknowledge that all of this is a cosmic setup. And everything has been set up by a very intelligent source with only one intention. And that intention is to bring your light to life. That is what it truly means to choose to be here on planet Earth fully, no matter what comes or goes. May more of my light be known and shine through throughout every moment, throughout every interaction, throughout every choice. And in the name of global peace, may we no longer wait. May we no longer wait. Because the world needs your light now. And so why hold it back? And the only scary scenario that can happen within this world is a bunch of light beings that are really the divine, that hide their light only from a perceived fear of darkness. But what if it's not actually you who's afraid of the darkness? What if it's you sensing the fear darkness has of you? For if you are the light, any darkness will be illuminated on contact. What if the light that you are was so radically indestructible that it was free to choose to feel any fear of darkness in view, but it was completely untouchable by any of it? And what if fear simply didn't have to hold any power over us any longer? What if it was done? What if the game of fear, game of darkness was done? By declaring, I am the light, just as I am, no matter what I think about myself, no matter how I feel. Because what I think about myself or how I feel no longer has to be a reason why I hold my light back from others. What if the only thing that we needed really to let go of was just our reasons for holding back our light? What if that was the only thing? And what if even that wasn't really ours as the light, but simply something we have been sensing in the collective that we've taken on, that we've been destined to transform and transmute? This is equally a road out of endless dark nights of the soul and exhaustion. Because at the other side of exhaustion and dark night of the soul is the end of holding back. That's one of the biggest reasons why we go through the initiation of a dark night of the soul. It's to eradicate our tendency to hold back the light that we are. But what if we could simply say, I don't need to hold back any longer. I am ready to start living at full capacity. In the name of peace, may my light shine through. In the name of peace, may my light be known by myself and by others In the name of peace, may the love that I am enter this world unlike it has ever been before. In the name of peace, may love be remembered as the fabric of who and what I am. And may I notice that each time I speak to my own heart, I am speaking to all. And each time I am invoking my own light, I am healing every heart as my own heart heals. And so what if this was just the end of holding back? And what if it isn't you who needs to wait for the world to change? What if it is the world waiting for your light to illuminate it? Somebody says rainbow warriors rising. That's right. That's right. The light that you are, the love that you are, the peace that you are, may it be known by all, and most of all remembered by you. For it is the biggest tragedy in existence that sometimes we are the last ones in existence to actually see our light fully. But I want you to see the light that you are right now. Because the more you see of it, the more effective you will be in spreading it to the world. The time is now. The time is now. Now in 2 days, I'm going to be leading a group healing event. Registration is on my website. I want to extend an invitation to you. Registration by donation. No one turned away for a lack of funds. Please join me. In the name of light. In the name of peace. Thank you for joining this Global Peace transmission and meditation. I thank you for your contribution and for your willingness to shine your light for this world, for the well-being of all, for global peace, for our loved ones, for our family, and for our cosmic brothers and sisters. The time to shine our light is now. Don't wait. Don't wait for further atrocities to unfold, to trigger through polarity our light, and to dissolve our tendency to hold back. Shine your light now. From my heart to yours, all my love to you. Namaste.